What makes this famous star an icon that will never go away? Is it the parts he plays that people will remember, the way he works so hard at his job, or the way he controls the screen with just one look? Prepare to learn a great deal about the life and memory of a man who had a huge impact on Hollywood. What is it about Pacino, though, that keeps people of all ages interested? Continue reading to learn the reasons why Al Pacino is still so popular and understand why he is truly the godfather of cinema. Alfredo James Al Pacino is a personality that has become enduring and legendary in the world of American movies. He began his career as a film actor during the 1970s, which was one of the most exciting decades in the history of cinema. Rose and Sal Pacino, both of whom were of Italian-American descent, welcomed him into the world on April 25, 1940 in Manhattan, New York City. At an early age, they went through a divorce. In the South Bronx, his mother relocated the family to the house that belonged to his grandparents. In many instances, Pacino found himself reiterating the storylines and voices of characters that he had previously seen in films. He found a safe haven in school plays, which he participated in since he was bored and unmotivated in school. His fascination quickly developed into a full-time vocation. He went through a period of sadness and hardship before beginning his career on stage, and he occasionally had to borrow money to pay for bus tickets in order to make it to auditions. He was able to get admission to the famed Actors Studio in 1966 and began his training under Lee Strasberg, the founder of the method approach, which would go on to become the signature technique of many actors working in the 1970s. Pacino eventually achieved success off-Broadway with Israel Horovitz's Indian Wants the Bronx, which earned him an Obie Award for the 1966 to 1967 season. Prior to this, he had appeared in a number of plays in supporting roles. After that, the play Does the Tiger Wear a Necktie was awarded the Tony Award for Best Play. After making his debut in the film Needle 1969, he went on to play a drug addict in The Panic in Needle Park 1971, which was his first film. His first feature films were not much of a departure from the gritty, realistic stage performances that garnered him respect. There were a number of actors that expressed interest in playing the role of Michael Corleone in the film The Godfather 1972, including Robert Redford, Warren Beatty, Jack Nicholson, Ryan O'Neal, Robert De Niro, and a multitude of others. However, Francis Ford Coppola, the director of the film, had his heart set on Al Pacino for the part. In spite of the fact that Coppola was successful, Pacino was reportedly living in constant fear of being dismissed throughout the extremely challenging filming. Pacino received his first nomination for an Academy Award under the category of Best Supporting Actor as a result of the film's enormous success. Pacino, on the other hand, chose to support films that he regarded as challenging but significant, such as the true-life crime drama Serpico, 1973, and the sad real-life bank heist picture Dog Day Afternoon, 1975. He did this rather than taking on projects that were simpler for him to work on since he could now command a large amount of money. During the course of 3 consecutive years, he was considered for the Best Actor Academy Award nomination. The film Bobby Deerfield, 1977, was where he experienced a minor setback, but the film Injustice for All, 1979, was where he was able to regain his footing and earn another nomination for the Academy Award in the category of Best Actor. Unfortuitously, this would mark the beginning of a slide in his career, which would eventually result in the production of unsuccessful films such as Cruising 1980 and Author, 1982. After taking on yet another brutal gangster character and establishing his legendary stature in the ultra-violent cult picture Scarface 198, Pacino was about to make a huge error in judgment. It seemed as though the production of Revolution 1985 was plagued by a never-ending and obviously cursed shoot, during which Pacino became ill with pneumonia, equipment was ruined, and the weather was dreadful. Constant alterations to the script contributed to the project's further derailment. The picture, which was based on the Revolutionary War and is considered to be among the worst films ever made, received terrible reviews and caused him to be absent from the film industry for the subsequent 4 years. In his return to the stage, Pacino made significant contributions to the theater, which he believes to be his first love. He did a lot of things to give back to him. There is a film that he directed called The Local Stigmatic 1990, but it has not been released yet. His self-imposed isolation was lifted with the release of the remarkable film Sea of Love 1989, in which he played a hard-drinking police officer. This was the first time that Pacino's now famous dark owl eyes and harsh, gravelly voice were featured in a film, marking the beginning of the second part of his distinguished career. In 1990, Pacino made his return to the Corleone family by starring in The Godfather Part II. He also received praise for his first humorous part, which was in the colorful rendition of Dick Tracy released in 1990. Through this performance, he was nominated for an additional Academy Award in the category of Best Supporting Actor. 2 years later, in 1992, he was nominated for the film Glengarry Glen Ross once more. When he was working on Frankie and Johnny 1991, he adopted a more romantic tone. By virtue of his outstanding performance in the film Sent to a Woman 1992, he was finally awarded the Academy Award for Best Actor in the year 1992. In addition to being a superb combination of technical skill, he plays a blind guy and charisma. The character was a perfect fit for him and continues to be a timeless classic. Pacino would become more at ease with acting in movies as in business over the course of the subsequent few years, producing terrific roles in great films with greater regularity and less of the demanding personal engagement that he had experienced during his wilder days. Carlito's Way 1993 and Heat 1995, an epic crime thriller directed by Michael Mann and starring Robert De Niro, both proved to be gangster classics. Carlito's Way was released in 1993. The cinematic adaptation of Shakespeare's Looking for Richard, which was released in 1996, was directed by him. All three of these films were released during this time period: City Hall 1996, Donnie Brasco 1997, and The Devil's Advocate 1997. In 1999, he gave powerful performances in the films The Insider and Any Given Sunday, both of which were directed by Oliver Stone. He also worked with Mann again. In the 2000s, Pacino starred in a number of theatrical blockbusters, including Ocean's 13 2007, but his choice in television roles the vicious, closeted Roy Cohn in the HBO miniseries Angels in America 2003 and his sensitive portrayal of Jack Kevorkian in the television movie You Don't Know Jack 2010 are reminiscent of the bolder choices of his early career. The Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Miniseries or a Movie was bestowed upon him for each and every television project he worked in. Pacino is a father to a daughter named Julie Marie, who he shares with acting instructor Jan Tarrant, as well as a set of twins with his ex-longtime lover, Beverly D'Angelo. Pacino has never been married. There are a number of women in his love past, including Jill Clayburgh, Varushka von Lendorf, Carol Mallory, Deborah Winger, Tuesday Weld, Martha Keller, Carmen Cervera, Halfling Quinlan, Lyndall Hobbs, Penelope Ann Miller, and Diane Keaton, who was a co-star in the film Godfather. He had an intermittent relationship with Keaton for a period of 20 years. At the moment, he is residing with Lucila Sol, an Argentine actress who is 36 years his junior. Pacino is 82 years old as of the year 2022 forward. He has never stopped working in the acting industry and continues to make frequent appearances in films. The fact that Al Pacino was able to go from being a struggling actor in the Bronx to being one of the most beloved personalities in Hollywood is a testimonial to his tremendous talent, his endurance, and his passion for the profession of acting. Pacino has earned his spot as the godfather of cinema thanks to his career that has spanned over half a century and has included some of the most famous performances in the history of film. Additionally, his legacy is not only comprised of the characters that he played, but also of the manner in which he revolutionized the art of acting, so influencing future generations of actors. As we reflect on the extraordinary career that Al Pacino has had, there is one thing that is certain: the influence that he has had on the world of film will continue to be felt for many years to come. Love exploring the legends of cinema? Subscribe now and never miss out on deep dives into the lives of Hollywood's greatest icons.